the Desert Tiger Podcast.
Hello, Noah.
How's it going, man?
Going good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Glad to have you. Definitely, as soon as I checked out your music, I knew I wanted to have you on the show. It was described as catchy and addictive, and that was exactly what it was.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much.
Awesome. Well, are you ready to jump on into things here, or?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Awesome. All right. Of course, we are here with Noah Monckton, vocalist and guitar player for The High Loves, who have recently released their new EP, Too Much of a Good Thing. It is a 4-track banger. Before I get fully into the EP, though, I want to step into the foundation, the road that leads fully to this EP, because you guys saw a little bit of success, a little bit of high points in 2020, playing Grammys week before everything shut down. But of course, the last single that you released was in August of 2020. So how did you guys sort of move forward out of 2020? When did this EP begin?
We put out Ratio in 2020. That was our last single. And then from there, COVID, that was released during COVID. And due to COVID, we had 2 members leave the band, just like personal and work-related stuff. So we took the time, Marco and I, our guitarist, to talk about what we wanted to do with the band moving forward. And so we brought in Jaden, Jake, and Jeremy, our new members, with kind of the vision of a more 80s, more fun, a little bit more poppy influenced indie rock kind of vibe. So carrying on what we were doing, but just changing the sound and the image a bit. And we started working on some demos that I had with Jeremy and Jaden and Jake, and that's kind of when the EP started to form, was based on these songs. And that was about September of 2020. So a month after. Yeah.
Okay. So it was after the new members joined the band that the creative juices began to flow again.
Yeah, definitely. I at least, like, the songs were kind of there, but it took it all to a new level, like a new energy to the band.
Absolutely. Adds a little more, exactly that. Some creative energy, some performance energy, and otherwise. So would you say that the studio experience changed much with the new members inside of the group, or did that all come very naturally itself?
It came quite natural. However, it did change just because we spent a lot more time on the pre-production before we jumped into the studio. Since we added Jeremy, who's now kind of like he does all the keys, and he does focus a lot on production with me. So we spent a good amount of time working on the demos and just kind of nailing down exactly the sounds and the parts we wanted to before we jumped into the studio to record. So it was a lot smoother when we got in.
Okay, so a little more preparation to make sure that you could knock things once you got in there, because of course, over this last little bit of time, you never know how much time you'll be able to get into the studio, if you'll be able to stay in there or otherwise, so wanted to make the most of it.
Absolutely.
Awesome, and I definitely would say that you did exactly that. So where was the album recorded itself?
So we recorded everything except for the vocals, so all the drums, guitars, and keys at our friend River Radcliffe. He has a home studio. He's an up-and-coming engineer in Toronto and recording engineer. And he's just got an incredible home studio. So he worked with us on engineering the whole record, and we recorded it there, with the exception of the vocals, which we did at my house. I have a little vocal studio there.
Okay. So you were already set up just to handle a little bit of your end already.
Had some time to prep a little bit. So yeah.
Of course, if you have all this time to get some songwriting, you might as well have a way to record it as well, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, let's jump into a couple of the tracks that were born out of this new era here of the high loves, let's say. So I want to start with the first single that came our way off of this new EP, which released on June 11th with Call Me Back, which is it's a fantastic track. The guitar, it hooks you immediately. So take us a little bit behind this track, how it was formed, the magic of it.
The magic, sure. Thanks a lot, by the way. Yeah, it's this song. I had the intro riff that it starts, that guitar riff. I was been playing that for about 2 years, and I actually rewrote it. I wrote the song once with different lyrics and a bit of a different chord structure, and I can't remember what I called it, but it wasn't good enough, so I just scrapped it. I was just like, no, this doesn't feel right. Scrapped it, and then came back to it with Marco. We were playing around with it, and I kind of, I don't know. It felt like it was a song that had been around, but was waiting for me to kind of like live the appropriate experience to write, to like fill the meaning into the song. If that makes any sense. So yeah, I kind of it just one day I just had the idea that it was like, call me back. It would be a bit of a, you know, it's like essentially it's like a breakup song, but there's a lot of like acceptance in it coming through it. And it just one night I went to a show before COVID ended, or before COVID started, and I was just walking towards Marco's car, and I just kind of all the lyrics started coming out, so I just wrote them on my notes app on my phone. And then and then went from there. The production took some time, but that was how it all kind of started, I suppose.
Nice. It's very handy that these days we have that notes app to be able to handle that. Don't need to carry a pen and a napkin around like the old days, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's something more poetic about like a napkin. It's, oh, I gotta give me a napkin quick and a pen. But it does the trick. The phone's app for sure. The notes app.
Hey, if it makes a great song, that's all that matters, right?
Oh, for sure.
Awesome. And of course, I want to dive behind the other single that came our way before the release of this new EP. It also focuses a little bit, from what I can tell, on a little bit of a breakup energy as well, just in a different presentation, maybe a different way to be brought to the ears.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was just kind of the energy. That's like sometime that was one of the songs that, like, Call Me Back took a couple of years, but sometime that took about like half an hour. It just kind of showed up. I was just in my room, and then it was like, I don't know, I heard the melody in my head and made the demo right there in my home studio, and it just kind of felt like it had some magic to it. So went from there, and it was, same kind of thing with the breakup, but it was more like not an immediate, not the immediate like emotional blow that like perhaps a breakup, or like realizing you're without someone kind of thing. It was more like, okay, now it's been some time, hence the title of the name, and it's all for the better kind of thing.
Okay, so realizing that even no matter what memories you may have created together, maybe moving forward is better for you, maybe better for both.
Exactly. Yeah, I would say definitely it was a more better for both kind of scenario. So that was kind of what I was trying to capture. Hence, that the feel of the song is pretty upbeat, and the music behind it for sure. It's like, it's chill, but I like to keep things positive where I can.
Absolutely. It's even as heavy of a topic as breakup can be, it's sometimes it's exactly that. We grow from these experiences, we've learned from these experiences, and sometimes they help to make good lyrical content too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, you guys also released a music video for Sometime as well. I love the concept of the video there with the record there.
Thank you.
So, was that the band's idea? How did this sort of come together here?
So no, I can't take credit for that idea. That was our director, who goes by GF GFP. His name is John Frank, but he goes by GFP. And that was an idea. He's been working with the band for the last like 3 years, but we only just started doing music videos with him, and he did the Call Me Back video and the Sometime video. And it was his idea to do the rotating record concept, and that was a concept he had for 2-3 years. He's had in his back pocket, he told me. And we were initially going to use it for another song that was like an unreleased I Love song, but we didn't get around to it. And it just kind of, when he heard Sometime, he was like, oh, that's the perfect tempo. It seems like it matches the energy of the song really well. And it did, so we decided to go with that.
It sort of matches the speed of which it goes around the room. And I love how the video evolves as it goes around the room too.
Yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun to do the different changes, and we're running around behind the camera kind of thing, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Doing different wardrobe changes and having like the friends jump in, and
yeah, exactly.
It's just wonderful to watch it as it goes, because like it just continues to build and build, and each time it's like, oh hey, there's another edition. Like, dang, all right, cool.
Yeah, nice little surprise. Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
Awesome. So of course, with the release of this album also came the return to the live stage, where you got to play an EP release party. What was that finally like after 500 some days?
Yeah, exactly. 513. I'm not. Who's counting? I don't know. No, it was incredible. I was actually I don't know how the rest of the guys felt before the show, but personally I was very nervous, and I hadn't in the past gotten nervous for shows in a while. But I was just, I don't know, there was just a lot of anticipation because I haven't played in so long. We had the new EP, we had the videos, and it was incredible. It was, once we got on stage and started our first song, we started with Sometime, and like the first few lines in, I just felt amazing, and the new band just crushed it, like the new lineup, and everyone gelled really well. And we got to try out some these songs live for the first time, which is also an interesting experience, not having having written and recorded these songs without ever having been able to test them out live. And it was nice to see the response from the crowd. It was all very, very positive. So yeah. And, it was a great time. I'm very grateful for everyone who came out and just made it such a great experience.
That's awesome. It's almost like you say there, almost like a whole new band experience there with new members, new songs. It's been the first time playing live with the new members, and all of these different things combined, and still comes together and comes off so well, right?
Yeah, I couldn't ask for more, man. I'm always like a little bit of a perfectionist, and so I was a little I don't know. There was just, like you said, so many different variables of how things could have went, but it went better than I could have hoped for. So,
what was the fan reception like to the new songs live?
Oh yeah, it was really honestly unbelievable. Very, very nice. Like it was the EP had only been out for a day, but I heard some people singing along to songs, like clapping along. It was great, and we also got the opportunity to try out some of our new songs because we do actually have another EP written that we're working on right now, and we got to try some of those out too. And it it felt like the best set we've ever had in terms of set list. Like all the songs just worked. We did like kind of our 3 best known old songs mixed in there, and it was just a great response, very positive, very good energy, and everyone seemed to walk away from the evening with a better experience, at least, a lot of positivity. So that was nice.
Nice indeed, and awesome to hear that as well. And you mentioned that the band already has another EP down the pipeline. So, I mean, without giving away too much more of the future, what is the last third, the rest of 2021 hold here for the High Loves?
So yeah, without giving away too much, we have a show this Friday coming up at Lee's Palace with the Detours. That tickets are on sale now for that. You can go to Lee's Palace, their website, leespalace.com, and you can get tickets if you like. We've got our new EP that it won't say too much about it, but we've had lots of time to write, and we're just in the final stages of the pre-production. Hopefully jump into the studio in the next couple of weeks here. Get going on that. We've got another video we're working on, actually currently right now, this weekend. I've just been away. We're working on something. And then we have some more shows that we will announce shortly, but I don't want to say too much on those yet. So yeah, stay tuned.
Oh, they definitely should. And the best way to do that is go and follow the High Loves on your favorite social media platform, wherever that is. I'll have links down in the description below so that you can do so. I've had a blast chatting so far, Noah. I have one last question. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, please.
Awesome. All right. So we have discussed the growth of the band with new members coming into the fold, with the evolution and the writing process, these new tracks, this new EP. Too much of a good thing. So with this last year, with this good thing, what would you say that this time has taught you, or what has it taught you about yourself specifically?
Ooh. That's a good question. I feel like spending a lot of time, like I'll just say speak on my behalf rather than the band here, but what it's taught me all this time is to, really understand why I'm writing the songs I'm writing, and the intention that I'm putting out with these songs and with the band and the music. And that is one of positivity and just connectivity. I love making music, and I hope to be able to do it forever. And I think that COVID and spending time alone just made me realize how much I do love it and how much I appreciate it, and appreciate the community Toronto has to for artists, supporting artists, and yeah, I love making music. I guess that's just affirm that for me.
Double down on the dream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing this lesson, this experience, and the story of this new EP here with us today on the Desert Tiger Podcast.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.